Hi, this is Jeremy Ferguson, Humanities 4, the Thursday morning class from 9:35 to 11. And
Hi, I'm Gracia Garcia. We're going to be discussing the Epic of Gilgamesh and comparing it also a little bit with Robert's Short History of the World.
so comparison with Roberts to the Epic of Gilgamesh. The epic really talks about how, Gilgamesh's buddy is a kind of like a wild man, and that is similar to what Roberts talks about, and the kind of the start of society and what is like the human race pretty much becoming civilized. The guy is originally wild, and then gets hit up by a prostitute or whatever, and ends up, she teaches him how to be civil because he can't be in the animal world anymore or whatever.
I agree. Like he does that because the animals say that he cannot be part of their world anymore. We're talking about the character Enkidu. I don't know how to say that exactly, but I think compared to Roberts, it talks about like how Roberts talks about the Homo erectus and them transforming from being ape-like to what we would consider, like historians would consider being human, because there's no actual trace of like where you could define what a human would really be from ancient times.
Yeah, and the story is, pretty much talks about the rise and fall of civilizations also, because Gilgamesh is this powerful character, and then he ends up coming to terms with his mortality near the end, even though in the story he's like a mythical, like part god part man type person, who pretty much takes what he wants, and everybody hates him.
I think you could interpret that into Roberts as in any rise and fall into any of the kingdoms that that have been presented in Egypt, in Greece, so forth. But I also, in Gilgamesh's epic, I think he was, at first his character was very rude, selfish, egotistic, and cold-hearted. He did many bad things. He said he would basically rape girls, even if they were married, like all immoral things, until he basically meets up with Enkidu, and actually it was after his best friend passed away that he learns to be what we would consider nowadays as morals of like today's society.
It's almost like a life lesson of, if you're messed up, then messed up things will happen to you. And unfortunately with Gilgamesh, his character, he had to go through this big trial to actually realize that, instead of kind of figuring it out just by being a good person. Unfortunately it's that way for some people.
And I guess you can connect that also, not really, but slightly, to Jonah with the reading that we had today, simply because when he didn't listen to God and his prophet of going on and telling I can't say the Nephites to about the warning, he didn't want to listen to God, and therefore he was eaten by a fish and he was tormented on the sea and so forth. And then later on, even though he was given a bit of mercy when he was covered by the vineyard, because he ended up doing it after all.
And then, well, of course, that got taken away from him.
Huh?
Well, that got taken away from him.
Oh, but exactly that.
Yeah, so he was just all around, just on a bad day. But with any of the old stories, kind of like even the Big Bad Wolf, most old stories all have a point to them. And with this one, I think that the point was that with power, with this guy's half god, half person, or whatever power, that Spider-Man in here right now. Comes some responsibility with that.
I totally agree with that.
And on that note, we are gonna end this dialogue. And I hope everyone has a great day.
Bye-bye.